Hi, I'm Martin from Lazer, and this is our VW Amarok featuring our new Lazer twin lamp roof pod. This roof pod is designed for the current gen VW Amarok and the current gen Ford Ranger. In this video, we'll show you two installation methods, the drill mount method on the VW Amarok and our discreet no drill bonding method on the Ford Ranger Platinum. So let's get into it. The first method we'll cover is our drill mount system. For this demonstration, we're fitting the pod to the Volkswagen Amarok using the supplied roof pod kit. A list of tools you'll need to complete this job are on screen now. One important thing to note before we begin, for both the drill mount and non-drill mount methods, once installation is finished, your vehicle must remain parked for 24 hours. This is to allow the pod to bond securely to the roof. Starting with the wiring, disconnect the vehicle's battery negative terminal and rest the cable on a cloth or other insulator so it can't make contact. Next, remove the left-hand A-pillar grab handle by undoing the two 7mm bolts, followed by the left-hand A-pillar trim itself. On vehicles fitted with the Harman Kardon and Bang & Olufsen systems, unplug the tweeter before moving on. Now remove the left-hand sun visor, making sure to unplug the light, being careful not to damage the visor or connector. There are two T20 screws in the visor hinge and one T20 screw in the clip. With that removed, use a trim tool to release the central roof console. Release the electrical connections and take the console out of the way completely. Next, remove the two T20 screws that secure the headline into the roof. Remove the left-hand seal cover to give yourself access. In the engine bay, find a suitable location to mount the relay holder and then clip in the relay base. Connect the positive and negative leads from the relay to the disconnected battery terminals. Remove the connector from the supplied laser harness and discard it. Then feed the positive, negative and trigger wires through the firewall into the interior of the vehicle. Ford and VW models have provided an accessory port in the grommet for applications like this. Once the wire is inside, run it up the A-pillar along the roof to the roof centre console opening, securing it to existing wiring with cable ties where possible. Now we can move on to fitting the pod itself. First, apply masking tape to the area of the roof where the hole will be drilled. Using the ADAS camera as your centre point, measure 25mm to the right-hand side of the centre, as viewed from inside the truck facing forward. Then measure 119 to 120mm back from the front edge of the roof. This hole position helps avoid cable clash with the V-shaped depression inside the pod, as shown in this CAD drawing. Drill through the roof with a 1/2-inch drill bit, then deburr the edges of the hole. Make sure to cover any components inside and outside the vehicle that may be affected by swarf. Apply the supplied grease to both the roof hole and the rubber grommet. Then fit the roof grommet in place, making sure the roof skin sits correctly in the ridge all the way around the inside, creating a complete seal. Next, using a 3mm drill bit or similar, carefully break the seal on the grommet to allow the lamp hires to pass through. Protect both the roof and the pod with cloths and begin feeding the pod wires through the grommet. This will be tight, so use the leftover grease to help the wires slide through and to keep the seal watertight. Apply the positioning guides to the roof, but please note that final production versions may look slightly different from the examples shown here. Clean the roof and the pod with the supplied 3M cleaning wipes. Apply glue to the 4 channels on the underside of the pod and peel off the red backing from the pre-applied VHB tape. Once the glue is applied, it's important not to leave it exposed to the air for too long, as this could cause the glue to skin over. So application of the pod must happen as quickly as possible. With the help of another person, carefully place the pod onto the roof, aligning it with the positioning guides. A third person can be useful at this stage to pull the cable through the grommet from the inside of the vehicle. Once the pod is in place, press down firmly on the 4 areas where the VHB tape is applied, making sure it grabs securely. This is also the perfect time to wipe away any excess glue. To help avoid any unwanted movement whilst the pod is bonding, use masking tape to hold the pod in place. Now let's finish off the wiring. Strip back the insulation from both the roof pod wires and added power harness. Then use the supplied yellow crimps to join them together. If connecting to CANI, you can connect the purple trigger wire to one of the 4 output channels. CANI installation is covered in a separate video on our channel. Reconnect the roof console connections and then the vehicle battery. At this stage, test that the pod is working correctly. If everything functions as expected, refit all the interior components. And finally, don't forget the vehicle must remain parked for 24 hours after installation to allow the pod to bond securely to the roof. To achieve the strongest bond, ideally leave the vehicle to sit for 48 hours. Now it's time to move on to the non-drill solution. For this method, we'll be installing the pod on a Ford Ranger Platinum. As with before, the tools required for this install are shown on your screen now. Begin by disconnecting the negative terminal of the vehicle's battery and insulating it with a cloth so that it doesn't make contact. Next, mount the relay in a suitable location within the engine bay. From here, pass the lamp wiring out of the engine bay, feeding it through the gap between the scuttle panel and the windscreen. Run the wire up the windscreen and halfway across the roof, then cut the wire down to its length. Place the rubber wire hider along the windscreen and trim to the correct length. Now, prepare the windscreen for bonding by wiping it down with one of the supplied 3M wipes. Once the surface is clean, remove the red backing tape and stick down the rubber trim. With the wiring in place, set the roof pod on the solid surface. Using a file, create a small notch in the side of the pod to allow the cable to pass neatly underneath. Strip back the wires on both the pod and the vehicle side wiring loom. Crimp the wires from the pod and the vehicle side harness. Because this connection will be in a wet area, it's important to seal the crimps with a heat gun or gas soldering iron to prevent water ingress. Once the connection is sealed, secure the loom neatly inside the pod. Next, use the 3M wipes to clean the area thoroughly. Then repeat the same cleaning process on the bonding surface of the roof pod itself. Now the roof is clean, if your vehicle does not have roof rails, attach the supplied positioning guides. Apply glue to the 4 channels on the underside of the pod. Don't worry if some glue squeezes out of the pod when pressed down, we'll clean that up shortly. Now remove the red backing from the pre-applied VHB tape on the pod. With the help of another person, carefully place the pod down onto the vehicle. If it does have roof rails, position the pod 10mm back from the front edge of the roof. Once the pod is in place, press down firmly on the 4 areas where the VHB tape is applied, making sure it grabs securely. Once the pod is in place, use the supplied 3M wipes to clean away any excess glue. Finally, tuck the lamp harness neatly into the wire hider trim, running it down the length of the windscreen. For vehicles with overhead switches, locate the wire spurs for aux switches 1, 2 and 5. On this Ford Ranger, we'll be using aux 5 to activate the pod, which is the green and brown wire. Connect the relay trigger wire to the green-brown wire or an aux switch wire of your choice. If your vehicle uses CANI, you can run this wire to the CANI harness. For vehicles with halogen or lower spec LED headlights, connect the trigger wire to the grey and brown 12-volt high beam wire. Next, connect the 12-volt positive lead from the relay to one of the accessory power points on the battery. Then connect the negative lead from the relay to the chassis ground point. Reconnect the vehicle's battery, test the lights to make sure everything is working and tidy up the wiring. Please allow at least 24 hours before driving the vehicle. To achieve the strongest bond, ideally leave the vehicle to sit for 48 hours. And that's everything you need to know about installing your Lazer Lamps roof pod using both the drill and non-drill methods. We hope you found this guide useful, and if you have any questions about the installation or about any of our other products, please don't hesitate to get in touch using the contact details on our website.